Shubor naga Khlem jong Nongsan Hima.
Nong yalam ka All India Trinamool Congress hakani ga jilla uba Charles Pingrop uloong baga Jingtohkit ba Laitluid ka deban sailot ya Baroh ki Jingleh ki ba omsham labut Kyndon do pulit officer hapo katanat pulit lakade halor ka Jingthiat di kali ni ka Jingtay ya ka National Emergency Response System Public Safety Answering Point Habayakran ba Charles hakala singi ublay uloong ba hakador bar sanra ki yung dorbar thawan ka jilla ula depo jingkli halor ka Jingthiat iki kali hapo katanat pulit namar lakeno bakadon ka jingbam sam Henry uloong ba kat badang khmi lenti bakan mi ka kai phot na ka Jingtohkit halor kata ka Jingthiat kali lakadon ni em ka Jingthormor hakarukom thiat Henry lami ban da ka wai ka jingkano kata halor ka Jingtay yaka NERS PSEP hagabala syakyam upulit officer. Kuman syukdaw upulit officer ba syakyam ude uba GK yang rai ubabat yang kekerdan kum Assistant Inspector General of Police. Uba Charles loong baka kenhun Tohkit ka Laitluid ka deban kunthop lud ya Baroh ki Jingleh ba Khlem bu di ki Kyndon daw taw pulit officer ba de bantip syai hadu katno udang la ban ai kam yano na kalyang jong u kum officer ka tanat pulit. Habadawa ban say patba ya ka kai phot bat ki jinglap jingshem ka kenhun Tohkit uloong ba ka Jingtohkit ba Laitluid ka de ban ne ya ka ni
response system which is supposed to be a scheme sponsored by the government of India to exactly respond immediately to any incidents that happens. Now it seems that there also we have found some irregularities. So one would now wonder as to what are the powers and given to the AIG administration in the discharge of his duties as an officer. If there is an anomaly in all the executions of his duties, then there has to be an inquiry into all that, whether it is the construction of buildings or whether it is the purchase of other items which are necessary for the police department. So all this has to be now investigated because the financial powers of an officer of the rank of AIG, I do not know what it is, how much is the limit. But definitely, when such things are being done, it should have the authority or the permission of his immediate officer above him or her. So that is normal procedure. So whether these were all followed or not. If that has not been done, then it may be termed as this concerned officer has deviated or even not followed the standard operating procedure or the rules that have been laid down by the department in executing any of the powers given to the or duties of the officer. We know that there has been irregularities and which may turn also into misappropriation or reappropriation of funds, diversion of funds, which is a very serious issue. Therefore, an independent probe would be the best to bring out all this, to see that everything is covered in this probe, whereby we can know and the findings can be made public. That is one thing. However, the police department feels that it is they will need an external agency, then surely they can be calling the CBI also. Because this is a matter that has been raised in the August House. Therefore, any findings, because the government has said that there was no scam. But if there was no scam, there was some irregularities. So what are those irregularities that happened in the vehicle case? The purchase and allotment or distribution of those vehicles to the respective districts or offices. So that should be made public. Or why if there is nothing, then why deny that it was not a scam?
Habakali la kadai ni yo menteri uba pait katanat pulit banhiar syuki uba Charles loong ba banhiar syuki menteri kamla banwengi ke Jingleh hanrai hapo jong katanat pulit ukli do udi DGP ba udi ban pentik kena ba ke Jingtohkit kan long ka bayat bed ba Khlem Shalyang ba dei ban sei madan ye ke Jing Shisha la kadan ni kamdan ke Jing Thormer ba Jing Bambiang ha ka rukom pentri kam.
I personally feel that asking a minister to resign doesn't solve the problem. The problem lies in the department itself. Therefore, it is the head of the department, in this case the Director General of Police, should ensure that the inquiry conducted is fair and impartial, and at the same time the officers conducting the investigation should be given a free hand to earth or unearth whatever irregularity is there or not. If the officer concerned has not sought the permission or the file was not passed up to the top officer for his concurrence, then how will the higher up know? How will the senior officer above the AIG know that this thing is happening? Because the purchase of vehicle is not something which is not, it's a routine affair. But all routine affairs also have to be followed, but strict procedure rules have to be followed. So it could have been a routine affair, but way beyond his powers to execute the whatever he has done. Because like I said, the officer concerned who has committed the irregularities has been arrested. So once you go through the files where his notings are there, or what he has signed on, whether it is contracts or purchase of whatever equipment or materials that the police department needs, you have to go through that to find out whoever else is involved. Whether he has the permission or the authority to do that, whether he was given the powers to do that. Obviously, the file will have some notice. But if there is no notice from a higher officer, we cannot just jump to any conclusion assuming that the higher officer is also involved. Well, if I can recollect correctly, it was an incident that appeared in the section of the press pertaining to the purchase of vehicles, which was termed as a scam. However, when it was discussed in the August House, I mentioned that perhaps it may not have been a scam, but an irregularity of the execution done to procure the vehicles by the officer concerned. And we had demanded or asked for an inquiry to be conducted. Now, subsequently, this said officer has now been arrested and is under police custody.